Well, it's some good news. I was going to say it, but I just found out yesterday that I was elected as a board member to our national organization, the Automotive Service Association, which is the largest trade organization in the country. So I'm really excited about that.
All right, so with that,
Well, thanks. Hello, everybody. So you kind of got a little gist of what I, work my background. But one thing I'd like to add a little bit, something a little bit more about me, as Heath asked me how long I've been in the business. But you should also know that I'm ASE certified master auto technician, which basically is the national organization that certifies technicians. Several times recertified. I think I've been certified close to 30 years now. And then I also hold a couple of endorsements, advanced engine specialist. In other words, we're certified in handling the tough computer control problems. Also a diesel specialist at the advanced level. And I'm also an alternative fuel certified technician. And one thing that we do at Tech One Auto, we do specialize in natural gas and propane vehicles. Kind of a niche specialty. There's not too many shops in the area that do that. But another thing that I can tell you about my resume, I was an adjunct faculty member at Gateway Community College for nearly 10 years. So training the up-and-coming technicians at night. And also, what was kind of cool about that is I was able to instruct professional technicians, guys that are already in the trade. I started teaching there when Arizona or Maricopa County started doing the what we call the IM 240 test. It's now an IM 147, which is a test that gathers all of the emissions. And that predated what we have today, which what we call the OBD2 test, where they plug in the DLC connector and see if your check engine light's on, you have any codes. But what was really cool about that, and what I really enjoyed about that whole thing, the IM 147 as it's known now, is that in order to get that car to pass emissions, it had to be fixed right. Imagine that, fixing something correctly. So there was a lot of guys that had to school up to make sure they understood how these systems worked, so that they could effectively fix the car so that the customer's car would go through emissions. And what's really neat, if you've lived in this valley as long as I have, you know that we had some really bad stretches of air pollution days. And today, we really don't have it like we used to. It's a lot better now than what it used to be. So I think a big part of that was our emission systems that they're testing and compliance that we have here. So I also was an instructor for 10 years for CarQuest Technical Institute. I was one of the first instructors that they ever hired. And I had the pleasure of training technicians all over the Southwest. I was in Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, Southern California, and Arizona. So that was a lot of fun. I decided to give that up because I wanted to focus on Tech One Auto because that's where I've got all my marbles thrown in, and I want to make sure that we're successful at what we do there. One thing is, we are a Napa Auto Care Center. Why is that important to you? Is because I've got the backing of Napa, one of the largest well-known auto parts supply chains in the country. What I really like about Napa is that, yes, they do have a component where they take care of the walk-in, do-it-yourselfer type trade, but they really focus on us, what we call the do-it-for-me trade, so guys like myself. One thing that's really cool about dealing with Napa is that having their backing is that we do have a nationwide warranty. I'm able to offer that to our customers. So if I do work on your car, something goes wrong, parts failed, or if there was something wrong with the workmanship, you have the peace of mind knowing that you're going to be covered. If you're going back east, going to Chicago to visit the family, something happens. And one other thing I can add to that is that I do expect you to call me, and say, hey, I got a problem, because I will find a place for you to go and get taken care of. So that's one thing about us. I'm going to go to the next slide. It's kind of hard to find me. That previous slide showed the front of the building. But it's amazing that as long as I've been in the neighborhood, which been in that location since January of 2007, people still don't know where I am. So I'm right on Thunderbird Road, just west of the 101. We're an automotive center where there are some other automotive businesses, but there's a very popular restaurant out in front of us, Dylan's, that a lot of people know about. So we're back in that complex, so it's really kind of easy to find. Next one here. The services that we offer, we do everything. You know, as I say, we fix everything. We truly do. There are two exceptions. I don't do upholstery and I don't do body work, but everything else in between. And we're tooled up properly. Not many shops can say that. I have many of the factory scan tools to work on the vehicles. And what does that mean to you? Because you don't want to assume that the shop that you go to has the factory tool. That means I can be a lot more efficient with getting the data that I need to properly get to the root cause of the problem efficiently. So what that means, saving money. So we do everything, you know. So from oil changes, people don't know that I do oil changes. They think a shop like us is, you know, why would I want to mess with that? The truth of the matter is I want to do your oil change. Engine repair, engine replacement, engine performance tests. We do electrical systems, really strong electrical. It's a lot of, it's kind of a tough concept to get in your head, you know, how the electrons flow and everything's got to go the proper way. And especially with computers, this day and age, a lot of computers on a car. Many of them could be, you could have a car that has 64 different computers, and they might talk in 4 different languages. So we have the capability of doing all that. What's the next slide? So just to end up, why Tech One Auto? As I said, we got ASC certified master auto technicians, 3-year, 36,000 mile nationwide warranty. I've got the backing of Napa. I do offer a shuttle service too. You know, we are only open Monday through Friday, but I try to make it as convenient as possible. You know, pick you up, take you home, bring you back to the shop. I do offer loaner cars. It's something new that we started doing last year. We did use inexpensive rental cars, but it was a pain in the butt. You know, you have to go to the rental place. If they're busy, you're there for half an hour signing out the car. And then when you take it back and they're even busier, that's another 45. It was a pain. So we got our own cars. You come in, driver's license, proof of insurance. All I want to know is that you're going to fill it up when you return it, so it's always full of fuel. And you got the car, so it's really cool. Same day service in most cases. I do offer financing through the Napa Easy Pay card. Any purchase $199 or more, 6 months with deferred interest. So you pay it off in 6 months, it doesn't cost you any money. If it's $799 or more, you get 12 months. And it's really easy to apply for. So, and I also accept extended warranties. So if you got a car that you purchased from the dealer and you got an extended warranty, we honor most all of those. So that's Tech One Auto. So thank you.